You are listening to Contraband.
Someone asked this question the other day. Actually, it was comedian Kev on stage. I think he's going by Kevin Fredericks now. By the way, check out his book, Successful Failure. It's about the process of success and how failure plays into the process of success, how it's a part of the process of success. But anyway, he asked this question: help me settle a debate. What is the official Black people brand of ginger ale? Now, of course, I'm from South Carolina, so we say ginger ale. So if I slip into my Geechee accent, that's why. Before sugar in the Caribbean, ginger was the main cash crop. And so there's always been ginger beer and ginger as a healing substance among enslaved people. You know, the main two contenders are Canada Dry and Seagram's. So Canada Dry actually was created by this guy, John McLaughlin. He was a pharmacist. So back in the days, right, like anything recommended by a pharmacist just flew off the shelves. Liquor, cocaine, like pharmacists used to tell women to douche with Lysol, Listerine. They used to drink Listerine because pharmacists said so. Pharmacists used to endorse cigarettes. In the late 1800s, this big product called soda started blowing up. People would always drink carbonated water, especially mineral water. But pharmacists started making these, what they call tonics. And they were basically syrups that you would mix into the carbonated water, and you could get them at a pharmacy because you couldn't buy soda in the grocery store. So you had to go someplace that had a soda fountain. One of the first ones was Dr. Pepper. People thought it had prune juice in it because it would help you go to the bathroom. Coke had cocaine in it because they said it would make you smarter. Again, you could only buy them in a drugstore. So this guy, John McLaughlin, he came from this family from Canada, moved to this little place outside of New York called Weeksville. Now, Weeksville was this small all-black town that was started by this guy, James Weeks, like right about 10 years after the state of New York outlawed slavery. By the Civil War, it had the second largest free black population in America. And so Weeksville was growing by the 1880s when this dude, John McLaughlin, moved there. But he didn't have his pharmacy license. He was going to grad school in New York. So he got a job at a pharmacy as a dispenser. So he dispensed the drugs. And, of course, that also meant he worked the soda fountain right across the street from the school, colored school number 2. And at the time, Weeksville was growing with immigrant and Southern black people. They were moving to New York, and they knew about ginger. So they were like, yeah, put some ginger in my tonic. And as he lived there, he only lived there like 5 years, but New York had built this thing called the Brooklyn Bridge. And so the city started expanding. His second year there, the city of New York annexed Brooklyn, and it became a borough of New York. But as Brooklyn grew, it enveloped Weeksville, and that part of Weeksville became known as Bedford-Stuyvesant. But John McLaughlin moved, and he took that recipe, and he had a better idea. What if I don't sell it at soda fountains? What if I bottled actual carbonated soda with flavors already in it and sell that? So he started Canada Dry. He actually tried to make it like ginger beer, but it didn't sell.
It had too much seasoning. No, seriously. Apparently, the white people in Canada didn't like that heavy, pungent Jamaican ginger taste. So his wife told him, hey, just make it like champagne.
And that was Canada Dry. It was drier and lighter than the ginger beer. Right after he moved, the city of Brooklyn desegregated. Colored school number 2 became public schools 68. And so that recipe started showing up. And the reason Canada Dry was important was not just because of ginger. Remember, you could only buy the syrup, and they would put it in your soda at the drugstores, at the soda fountain. Outside of New York, there was this thing called Jim Crow. So Canada Dry was not just popular because It had Jamaican ginger in it. It was popular because it was one of the first sodas that black people could drink. Black folks couldn't drink sodas at a drugstore soda fountain at first. So being in a bottle was literally what made Canada Dry popular with black people. It was not the ginger that black people thought that was like curative or medicinal. It was the actual mineral carbonated water. But that's not the final answer. So after World War II, during the Great Migration,